Hello everyone, welcome back to Selena Thinking Out Loud. I'm going to show you how I took this kitchen backsplash from this to this in this video. Let's get started. I decided to go to my local hardware store. We have a Home Depot here, and I was looking around at different tile options, and I thought, hey, let's try a peel and stick just in case I want to change it or something in the future. So I ran across Smart Tiles. I did go to their website. They do offer, if the tile that you're looking for is on their website, they do offer samples. So I got this for a couple bucks. It came in about 7 days, 5 business days, no tracking for samples, but it came in about 7 days. And I just wanted to see what it looked like if I went to go with this peel and stick tile. Now this is gonna go ahead and match this countertop you see here. And so when it's put up against the wall, it looks great. So the light just doesn't do it justice. But this is called Crescendo Terra. They have other array of style, colors, shades, and everything too by Smart Tiles. They're selling their stuff on Amazon as well if you need access to it there too. I ended up buying mine from Smart Tiles themselves because they actually had this one in stock on their website. So they sell them by one piece. So I end up ordering about 57 of these. They came also in about 7 days, 5 business days with tracking. In the box, Smart Tiles gives you basic instructions so that you know how easy it is to apply these. It says here Smart Tiles is a patented gel-o component that will never yellow or crack over time. So it says no grout, no special tools needed. Installed directly over an existing tile or smooth surface. So do not require any additional glue. Do it yourself and save as well. And so it tells you how to do that. You just want to cut your tile horizontally, and then you peel off the backing and then stick. And then you'll end up with that final product as well. Okay, so for this project, I'm going to do this in 2 parts because I do have textured walls, and Smart Tiles recommends that you do not apply this to textured walls. Now, I have orange peel walls. I'll leave a picture of that, what that looks like. It's like a little texture. It's not too aggressive. I actually like it, but with Smart Tiles, you cannot apply that to textured walls. So to get around that, I found this product called Mussel Bound. It's a double-sided adhesive tile. So it's kind of like double-sided tape. Stick it to your wall and then press it into the wall, and it forms a really stick. It will stick and form a nice bond to the wall. So then I'll have a smooth surface to go ahead then apply my Smart Tiles. Now I want this to last for a long time. They do say if you are using Mussel Bound, this is for long-term use. So I do plan on keeping this tile for a long time. I just think it's going to work well for this kitchen. So there's no need for me to worry about taking off today, a month from now, 6 months from now. So that's something to think about if you are using peel and stick and you want to go this route because you have textured walls. Or you can sand your walls. If you're into that, you can go ahead and sand your walls smooth, and then you'll be all set, and make sure you clean it up good, and you can just apply your Smart Tiles to a sanded wall. Okay, so here are the other materials, supplies, tools that you're going to need for this project. To apply the Smart Tiles, they only recommend like a cutting surface. I'm going to use this old cutting board to cut because this utility knife is pretty sharp. That'll be something that will avoid it cutting up the countertop. So you want to have something like a cutting mat, or you can use an old cutting board to cut your Smart Tiles to size. I do have a measuring tape to help with that. This is a smoother. I'm going to use this to actually activate that bond in the Mussel Bound that I was telling you about. That's my first step. So I have to apply this all around the walls. Then I'm going to press this down to activate that bond so it can be ready for the peel and stick tiles. So then I have a ruler as well to also help me measure. I do have my level here as well to make sure that everything aligns properly on the wall and it flows through so we can get this done. Also have a pencil as well to mark various cuts, and then an eraser as well. So, and I did also purchase some caulk just a little tube of caulk so that I can actually use it again. I like this kind. So I'm just gonna make sure to fill in the edging here, the seal up the edging after I finish. I did find some openings in this countertop in the creases here that I'm gonna fill in with a little bit of caulk, and then it'll be all fine and dandy. So let's go ahead and get started with applying this Mussel bound. Now, before we apply the Mussel bound, you want to make sure to take off the covers on the sockets for your area, and also make sure that you clean your surface very well. It says for Mussel bound, you want to make sure that your area is dust free and dry. So I went ahead and cleaned this area the night before, made sure I cleaned it all really well, no dust, everything is clean, the area is ready to go, as you can see. So here's what the backside looks like. See, it's like this sticky application, and then this is the side when I go to peel this off. This is where I'm going to put the peel and stick smart tiles on this side. But they say don't press it until you know for sure where you want to position it. So first I have this tricky one where I have this, socket here. So I'm going to go ahead and put it up against the wall here. See where I'm at. Get an idea. Okay. Perfect. And then I'm going to go ahead and they recommend pulling it down and just go with gravity. Pull it down like this. And then once you know where you want it, you can go ahead and measure it and go ahead and cut it. Okay, so now what I did was took my utility knife and just cut around the socket here so that I can go ahead and make sure that it's going to be where it needs to be around the socket. So I can put this plate back on it, once it's time. You'll be able to put right back on it after I put the peel and stick. So that's ready to go. And I lined it up along this edge and I pressed really hard here. And then I took my putty knife, and as it says here on the instructions, to press this down for at least 5 seconds to activate that bond. So I'm going to go ahead on and finish the rest of the kitchen with Mussel bound, and then I'll be back to you guys to show you what that all looks like as we go into applying these smart tiles. All right, everyone, the Mussel bound is up. As you can see, I took the time to make sure I lined it up properly. So every area had good bonding so that when I peel this paper off, I'm going to have a smooth canvas to apply the smart tiles. Here is a smart tile, and you see I have a socket here. So what I'm going to do is, see how these are protruding out as well. So I'm going to use my straight edge, and I'm going to use my utility knife to make this all the same length here. So I'm going to cut these off, and that's going to go kiss up against the wall in the back here, and then I'll be able to cut out here to make way for this switch and the plug here. You're going to take this down here, taking my utility knife because cutting straight down. You can go over it again if you want to make sure that this utility knife is sharp. I decided to turn it on its opposite side now and just go over that line again that I cut. To finally get it done. Let's see. Take your time, and you can do this easily. But you see it comes off just like that. So what I did was make a cross here where I know that the socket is, and I made like a diamond cut. So I'm just removing the ones I made. It seems like it's easier to cut it on the paper side here than actually on the product. So I have that here. So I'm going to continue. I'm going to continue to adjust so I can see how big I want to go. All right, so I'm going to Put it up against here, and looks like I have it where I want it to be. So I would play with it when it comes to the sockets. I think that's the most time consuming part of this whole project, just to get it to where you want it to be around your socket. Okay, and also what I'm realizing is you just want to make sure that you're placing the next one on top of this white area here, but in a nice spacing so that it looks realistic, because that's another doozy and make sure. See, I'm at the bottom, so I got to make sure that this is kissing the bottom as well. So I'm going to do two things, and so it takes some time, it takes some patience. This is definitely not a rushy job. It does take some patience on your part. And then just taking your time. Don't press yet until you know where you want it to go. It kind of slides in for you. Bottom some more. Make sure that's shifted right. Okay, the bottom is fine. So yeah, once you have this lined up properly, then you can go ahead and press it down. And this stuff is just as sticky as the Mussel Bound. So for me, I'm using the Mussel Bound as kind of like a wall barrier for me to give me a smooth surface. I'm going to continue to do my smart tiles across the bottom as they recommend, go all the way down. And then they say, then you start up the next level up and go all the way across, and then keep it going up until we finish here. And I will keep you posted on that. But I did also want to show you the lettering. So on each of these smart tiles, there's different letters, A, G, E, as you can see here. Then it starts back at G again, and then A. Well, they say keep it, I'm going right from the box. So I'm going to keep this A, then I'm going to connect it with G like that, so that each of them they're not the same. They're not duplicates. So that's just another tip. If you see the pattern seeming like, oh, that's the same, you just want to make sure that you're not using E with E or A with A. You want to keep the pattern. I'm just using them right out the box and sticking them up as I go. Okay, so as you can see, guys, I've started on the top now, measuring them out, making sure they blend together really well. And I'm going to keep moving up, and then I'll be going to this top. And as you can see, I went all the way around behind the stove, and I'm going to stop right here, and the refrigerator is going to pull back, but I'll be able to see it at the top. So I thought, okay, this is what it is so far. I love the color. It's really coming out well so far. So guys, I'm going to keep on pushing so I can get this done. And here we go, guys. It's all finished. I love it. It's so classy, elegant, clean. And as you can see how the light just bounces off it next to the plant right there. It's so nice. And I just wanted to let you guys know, when you do cut your smart tiles horizontally, because you're going to get to a point where you're probably only going to need like maybe half of a sheet. Just make sure that you're considering the white space in between each tile, so it can come out continuously even, okay? When you do cut your horizontal slice with your utility knife, okay? But I just love it. It feels so real. It feels like real tile. It's just really nice, and I just like how it gives off that little reflective light off the tile. And I just wanted to point out that I did use that caulk to just seal up the connection between the smart tiles and my countertop. I just think it just adds to the uniformity of the entire project. So I'm all about attention to detail. So I just like things to look clean, neat, and uniformed, and this just does it for me, and I just like the way it turned out. And like I said, you don't have to use that Mussel Bound. I did that because I had textured walls, and Smart Tiles does not advocate for using their product on textured walls, okay? Alrighty guys, take care of yourself. God bless you, and remember, you can do it too. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.